and the security of your home is extremely important, and as such, we promise to be here to handle all your garage door needs. Whether you're looking for a new garage door for as low as $5.99 or just need your garage door repaired, Macy can provide the service you need from a safe social distance. To schedule your needed repairs or assist you with the purchase of a new door, call 888-598-MESA, 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 or visit MesaGarageDoors.com.
Homeowners, are you paying too much on your home loan with fixed interest rates at 2.5% rate and APR on a 15-year fixed-rate mortgage? Prime Choice Funding has the answer. Hey, everybody, it's Randy Purdue. Your mortgage may be the largest investment you make in terms of time and expense, and Prime Choice Funding is dedicated to helping homeowners save thousands of dollars per year by lowering their interest rate to as low as 2.5% rate and APR. Call 866-74-PRIME for a free savings analysis and to secure a new fixed rate at 2.5% rate and APR on a 15-year fixed-rate mortgage with no application or upfront junk fees. Don't miss out on some of the lowest mortgage rates in history. Call Prime Choice Funding now. 866-74-PRIME, 866-74-PRIME. That's 866-74-PRIME, or visit PrimeChoiceFunding.com. You also want to call for additional information. NMLS ID number 117275. Non-mobile qualifying. California license number 603F471. Interest rate recorded for S1 2024 15-year fixed rate. Important loan rate subject to change based on credit score of 740 with loan value of 60% on rate and term refinance. Additional restrictions may apply. Loans made or arranged pursuant to the California financing law and other restrictions apply. State Farm understands we're all living a new normal. So any of our customers currently facing financial burdens, call your State Farm agent or go to statefarm.com, because we're here to help. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. This is Southern California's only 24-hour local news and traffic station. KNX 1070 News Radio. I'm Mike Simpson.
And I'm Karen Adams. Our top local story at 4:30. In-depth team coverage of the coronavirus pandemic. LA County is reporting hundreds of new COVID-19 cases and dozens of deaths a day. But officials say some non-essential businesses will be allowed to reopen on Friday. Bookstores, flower shops, and a few other types of retailers will get to resume sales, but only through curbside pickup. Car dealers can get back to work, and trails will reopen. Outdoor golf courses, beaches will remain closed. There is a plan. It will go into effect at some point in the very near future that will allow again for slow reopening of our beaches in a way that's as safe as possible. Barbara Ferrer, the county's public health director, has said the easing of restrictions will be a slow journey. It'll come with new rules intended to slow the spread of virus, and a surge in cases or a rise in the mortality rate could halt the reopening process. The county has a 5-stage plan to go from lockdown to a return to normal operation, with dates to be determined later.
Throughout all of the stages, it's incumbent on every one of us to protect each other by adhering to the distancing requirements. Use our face coverings when we're around others. Wash our hands frequently, isolate ourselves when we're sick, and quarantine when it's appropriate. Employers are also asked to do their part, and please not open before all the requirements for safety are able to be met.
Confirmed COVID-19 cases in LA County are climbing toward the 29,000 mark, and deaths are approaching 1,400. Claudia Piscuta, KNX 1070 News Radio.
Even with the reopenings, the governor says it'll take years, not weeks or months, for California to recover from this pandemic.
It's going to take longer than I think a lot of people think. It's going to take a lot longer than people are saying. This is serious. Never experienced anything like this in our lifetime. This is Depression era numbers in terms of the unemployment you'll see across this country, not just in the state of California. Again, please just do the math on the number of unemployed Californians that have filed just since March 12th.
More than 4 million Californians have filed for unemployment since March 12th. Newsom says he signed an executive order that makes it easier for essential workers who test positive or been diagnosed with coronavirus to get workers' compensation.
President Trump now says he will not be disbanding the coronavirus task force after all.
He said yesterday he was interested in ending the work of the task force and perhaps starting a new panel focused more on reopening the country than stopping the virus spread. But the president says all that was before he realized how, quote, popular the task force is.
People said we should keep it going. So let's keep it
Don't
going.
move too much. Showing our thoughts here.
Two or three new members to the panel by next Monday. Mr. Trump suggests a few other members might be departing. Stephen Portnoy, CBS News, Washington.
The House Minority Leader says the Democrats may issue virtual contempt of Congress subpoenas against the Trump administration for refusing to allow Dr. Anthony Fauci to testify before House committees. Standing lawyer says there's no way that Fauci decided on his own to stay away.
Tony Fauci will testify. I've known Tony Fauci for over 35 years.
Radio.
And you can learn more about this by listening to the KNX In-Depth podcast. It's free. Just download the radio.com app onto your smartphone. There's a study into why some people just can't obey the stay-at-home order. It's coming up after traffic at 4:35.
Traffic and weather together every 10 minutes on the 5s. Denise Fondo.
We've got a new problem reported on the 5 northbound. This is just south of the 134 New Drive. Injury wreck reported there in the center divider, and the fire department is on the way. And on the 134 west connector to the 5 southbound, we've got tire tread reported across the lane. Let's get an update on that road work in the Sepulveda Pass from Scott. He is in the Southern California Toyota dealers. Sky 5.
Good news all around here. The roadwork completely wrapped up. Northbound 405 that was between Getty Center Drive and Screwball Mulholland. Everything reopened, and they also cleared the stall that was in the midst of the backup there that was right in the middle of the freeway. So all lanes open now. Still going to be a while to recover here. Very tough starting at Wilshire Boulevard. Sepulveda really not going to help you out. There's quite a bit of slowing at West LA, and then tough from Getty Center Drive heading up to the top of the hill at Screwball as well. 110 freeway south LA, the Jack Kevin Bryant.
If you were northbound just past Florence, there's apparently a big ladder in the middle lane. CHP's going to have to run a break to get that out of your way. It's a little sluggish from the 105 up to that point. Your southbound side, some reduced speeds now off the 10, making your way down to Slauson. Denise?
New problem on the